Gone. Gone. I just can't wait to break you.
Hunter x Hunter has some of the most diverse and terrifying villains in anime. From human manipulators to godlike beings, the series gives us a clear hierarchy of power. In this video, we're ranking the 7 levels of villains in Hunter x Hunter, starting from the weakest but still lethal, all the way to the ultimate life form. Welcome to Anime Deep Dive, where we explore the depths of your favorite anime characters and stories. If you enjoy these videos, please show your support by hitting that like button. Let's aim for 100 likes on this video. And don't forget to subscribe to help our community grow to 1,000 subscribers. Level 1. Genthru, the Bomber of Greed Island, the main antagonist of the Greed Island arc. Now, at first glance, Genthru doesn't seem like much compared to the monsters we'll see later on. But inside the world of hunters, this guy was deadly. His Nen ability, Little Flower, allowed him to plant bombs onto his opponents and detonate them at will. One touch, one explosion, and you're done. We see him take down powerful hunters on Greed Island and even hold his own against Gon. And let's not forget, Gon, Killua, and Biscuit had to come up with an entire team strategy to take this guy down. Gon literally had to risk his life in close combat, knowing one wrong move would mean instant death. But why is Genthru only level 1? Because while his ability is lethal, it's also one-dimensional. He's strong, but he doesn't have the raw versatility or overwhelming power of higher-tier villains. Think of Genthru as a reminder. Even a human with Nen can be terrifying if you underestimate them. Level 2, Chimera Ant Soldiers and Mid-Tier Ants. Now we move into the Chimera Ant arc, and this is where things start to escalate fast. The Chimera Ants are terrifying because they're not just beasts. They combine animal ferocity with human intelligence and Nen mastery. Even the mid-tier soldiers are far beyond ordinary hunters. Some of the standouts include Cheetu, an ant with insane speed, easily outrunning most hunters. His problem? He lacked strategy and patience, which led to his downfall against stronger Nen users. Still, his raw ability makes him incredibly dangerous. Zazan, one of the ant squad leaders. She could transform others into beast-like servants and had monstrous strength herself. It took the Phantom Troupe to bring her down, and that wasn't an easy fight. Leol, aka Hagya, he had a Nen ability that let him borrow other people's abilities once they owed him a debt. Dangerous in concept, but his arrogance got him killed. Ikalgo, not exactly a villain at heart, but as a Chimera Ant soldier, his ability to control corpses, living dead dolls, shows how versatile even the weaker ants could be. What makes this level unique is that Chimera Ant soldiers vary wildly in strength. Some could wipe out entire villages with ease, while others were barely above the level of strong humans. But the key point is this. The average Chimera Ant soldier was already beyond what most hunters could handle. Compared to Genthru, these ants bring raw physical dominance and adaptability that push them into a whole different league. And remember, these are just the mid-tier ants. The real nightmares are still coming later in this list. Level 3, the Phantom Troupe. Now we step into the world of the Phantom Troupe, also known as the Spiders. If Level 2 was about beasts evolving into human-level fighters, Level 3 is about humans who have honed Nen to a terrifying art. The troupe is infamous for slaughter, theft, and mass destruction. And the reason they're feared isn't just numbers. It's the sheer quality of their members. Uvogin, the muscle of the group. His brute strength was so absurd that bullets bounced off him like nothing. Even Kurapika, armed with chains specifically designed to counter him, admitted Uvo's raw power was overwhelming. Phaeton, the sadistic torturer, his ability Painpacker, uses the damage he's taken and releases it as devastating heat and flame. Against Zazan, his rising sun literally turned the battlefield into a hellscape. Machi, her Nen threads can stitch wounds or immobilize opponents with surgical precision. Many fans speculate she's among the strongest when it comes to utility and versatility. Shalnark, a manipulator who could control people like puppets. In autopilot mode, his combat ability skyrocketed, making him a one-man army. The Phantom Troupe is unique because it's not about one monster dominating everyone. It's about a crew of elite Nen users, each with a different specialty, who become unstoppable when acting as one. They're feared worldwide for a reason. Whether you're a city, a hunter, or even a Chimera Ant, crossing the spiders usually ends in blood. Level 4, Illumi Zoldyck, the Assassin in the Shadows. Now, let's talk about Illumi Zoldyck, the eldest Zoldyck sibling we really get to know. Illumi is terrifying, not because of raw destructive power, but because of his precision and manipulation. With his Nen needles, he can control people like puppets. He can paralyze enemies instantly, or even brainwash entire groups into doing his bidding. Remember, he was the one controlling Killua during the Hunter exam, forcing him to withdraw. Unlike the Phantom Troupe, Illumi isn't flashy. He's surgical, silent, deadly. He doesn't need to wipe out armies. He can just assassinate the right target and walk away. And let's not forget his alliance with Hisoka. If Illumi teams up with someone of Hisoka's caliber, the danger multiplies. Illumi sits above the troupe because his skills are more versatile and effective in solo situations. Where the troupe thrives in numbers, Illumi is an army of one. Level 5. Chrollo, Lucifer, and Hisoka, the wild cards. Now we reach two of the most iconic villains in the series, Chrollo, Lucifer, and Hisoka Moro. Chrollo. The leader of the Phantom Troupe, Chrollo's ability, Skill Hunter, lets him steal other people's Nen abilities and use them himself. This makes him one of the most versatile fighters in the entire series. We see him go toe-to-toe with both Zeno and Silva Zoldyck at once, surviving that fight. Later, in Heaven's Arena, his battle against Hisoka shows just how absurdly creative and broken his power can be. Then there's Hisoka. His bungee gum is deceptively simple. It's sticky like gum, elastic like rubber, but in Hisoka's hands, it becomes a tool of pure chaos. He fights unpredictably, relishes in danger, and will push himself to the brink just for the thrill of battle. Hisoka isn't just strong, he's terrifying because you never know what he's planning. Together, these two represent the peak of human villainy in Hunter x Hunter. They're both smarter, more dangerous, and more versatile than Illumi or the rest of the troupe. Level 6. The Royal Guards, Monsters of Nen. And now we enter the god-tier territory. The Royal Guards of Meruem, P2, Poof, and Yuppie aren't just villains. They're forces of nature. Each one of them could take on entire groups of elite hunters at once. P2. Their aura alone was so suffocating that even seasoned hunters froze in fear. P2 dismantled Kite, a skilled and experienced hunter, almost instantly, showing us just how vast the power gap was. Later, even Netero, one of the most powerful hunters alive, considered P2 a grave threat. If the chairman himself had to acknowledge their strength, you know we're talking about a monster far beyond human limits. Poof. A master manipulator with abilities that can control thousands of people, splitting into clones and using psychological warfare. Yuppie. Pure physical power and raw Nen energy, adapting mid-battle and evolving rapidly. Facing one royal guard was a death sentence for almost anyone. Facing all three? Impossible. This is why they stand at level 6. They represent the line where human villains end and true monsters begin. Level 7, Meruem, the King. Finally, we reach the apex predator of Hunter x Hunter. Meruem is on another level entirely. When he was born, he already had the physical power to kill a seasoned hunter with a single strike. But what made him terrifying wasn't just strength, it was his intelligence. In hours, Meruem could master games that took humans decades to develop strategies for. He learned Nen at a ridiculous pace. Even Netero, the chairman of the Hunter Association, admitted he couldn't defeat Meruem in a fair fight. It took the sacrifice of Netero's life and the use of the miniature rose bomb just to take him down. Meruem represents the absolute peak of villainy in Hunter x Hunter. He's not just a monster, he's a godlike being who questioned morality, humanity, and even what it means to rule. And that's the 7 levels of villains in Hunter x Hunter. From Genthru's deadly bombs to the monster-like Chimera Ants, the criminal genius of the Phantom Troupe, the assassin precision of Illumi, the wild cards of Chrollo and Hisoka, the godlike royal guards, and finally, the king himself, Meruem. Hunter x Hunter doesn't just give us villains to hate. It gives us villains that challenge the heroes, the world, and even us as viewers. So, which villain is your favorite? Do you think Illumi could actually take down a Phantom Troupe member one-on-one? Or could Hisoka beat a royal guard with enough prep? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future deep dives into the world of anime.